Shalom to the Lord's elect of the nation of Israel. Welcome to another edition of Greatmillstone Mailbag Extra, coming to you through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Yahawashi. All praises and glory is due here for another edition of the Daily Edification. Now in this video I'm going to call it Isaiah the 10th chapter, the pride and downfall of the wicked elite. And this is based upon Isaiah the 10th chapter, of course, and I was reading some of the verses contained in the chapter, and you can see the pride and the eventual downfall of the wicked elite. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now I'm going to jump around, of course. Isaiah 10:1 says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees," and that comes from the top, which is the wicked elite of Esau, because right now Esau is in power, Esau is in rulership, and that's pursuant to Bible prophecy. The blessing that Esau got goes back to Genesis, which the word Genesis means beginnings. So the question is, why is this so-called white man ruling this world right now? Why is he on top? Why is he the top nation on the planet Earth? Well, it goes back to that blessing that they received, and certain members of the wicked elite know this. This is the book of Genesis 27:37. It says, "And Isaac answered and said unto Esau." Now Isaac, being the father of Esau and Jacob, we represent Jacob. When I say we as in from the so-called Negro all the way down to so-called Mexican, who collectively are known in the Bible as the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel. And then you got Israelites that are scattered among all the other nations. But we're really focusing on from the so-called Negro all the way down to so-called Mexican, which, like I said, are the Israelites. We represent Jacob, and this so-called white man who calls himself white, which was Elder Malcolm from GMS Chicago, who brought out the information that they started calling themselves white going back to 1681. Okay, so that's a name that they put on themselves, white, and then they put that name black on us, which when you look up the definition of both words, it's a play on words. You know, them saying that they're white means they're pure and innocent, and then they're saying that we're black means we're negative and wicked. I mean, all you have to do is look up the words, the definition of the words, and you'll see the game that's being played. But anyway, the truth is that they're Esau and we're Jacob. Okay, so going back to the blessing of Esau and Jacob from Isaac, starting at the 37th verse. "And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?" This is right after Jacob supplanted the blessing from Esau. And these top wicked elite, they're still mad about that. That's what all this hatred, this old hatred goes back to. Okay, the fact that we supplanted our forefathers rather supplanted them out of their blessing. Okay, so there had to be a blessing to give to Esau before we get our blessing, which our blessing is going to be in the kingdom of heaven. After this kingdom is destroyed, the kingdom of heaven, which by default is the kingdom of the Lord, which his true name is Yahawashi, okay, which will be also the kingdom of Israel, which will be on the planet Earth, and that will be our blessing. And when I say blessing, all you have to do is go back to the book of Genesis, the 28th chapter. You read from the 1st verse to the 14th verse. You read all those blessings. That's what we're going to get in the kingdom. Okay, that's what we're going to get after this kingdom is destroyed. Okay, so right now this kingdom is Esau's blessing. So you got these so-called white people out there who are part of the nation of Esau looking for salvation. They don't understand that this is their salvation. You're in your salvation right now. Okay, after this kingdom goes down, there is no more salvation for you. Anyway, you've been lied to by your wicked elite. Anyway, reading on, it says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, well, I read that verse. Let me go to the next verse. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Yeah, because he lost he lost his blessing due to the subtlety of our forefather Jacob. Reading on, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Okay, so his dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth means what? The best place of the earth he will live. That's why they predominantly live in the suburbs. They, these so-called white people, they have these nice manicured lawns and lovely homes and all of that. It goes back to that blessing. That's not by coincidence. Okay, it's spiritual. It goes back to that blessing. Okay, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And I'm not even going to talk about how the top banking families live. I mean, you have to see how they live to believe it, Anyway, and by thy sword shalt thou live. And by the way, I used to clean pools in Greenwich, Connecticut. Part of my route was in Greenwich, Connecticut. And I'm talking about $1 million homes, man, $2 million homes. And you have to see how these devils live. Land as far as the eye can see for a backyard. Okay. So they're definitely in their blessing. Okay. And these homes were owned by so-called white people. Okay. So they're in their blessing. All right. Anyway, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. So that's their blessing, the sword. Okay. The sword, which the modern day sword is the gun, the weapons of mass destruction. By thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. This goes back to when Esau came into power during something called the Renaissance period. Because for a while, Esau was in slavery underneath us during the so-called Dark Ages. Then when they came into power underneath the Bourgeois family, they broke that yoke. Okay? But the point is there. That's their blessing. By the sword they shall live, and the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above, meaning they're showered with blessings. This is their kingdom. But what's happening right now is a transition of power. Okay? It's a trading of places, if you will. See, Esau is going down, and we're coming up. Okay? So it starts with their top elite. So what we have right now is the Lord Yahawah pronouncing judgment upon Esau, starting with their top elite. Okay, and Isaiah the 10th chapter is an excellent example of that. That's why I'm going through this chapter. Okay, like I said, I'm going to jump around. So back in Isaiah the 10th chapter, warn to them that decree unrighteous decrees. What does that mean? That's a way of saying destruction unto them that create these wicked laws. Unrighteous decrees are these wicked laws. Okay, and that's exactly what the wicked elite are doing. They're passing these laws that are designed to oppress. Okay, that's an unrighteous decree, a wicked law that's designed to oppress groups of people. And the group of people they want to oppress the most is us Israelites, starting with the so-called Negro all the way down to so-called Mexican. Okay, the laws that are designed to oppress us. Okay, and there's only a few of our people that can see that. Most of our people think that these laws are beneficial to them. But in reality, these laws are designed to oppress us. This is our oppression. The scriptures speak about woe unto you that trust in oppression. Most of our people trust in oppression. But in reality, these laws that the so-called white man create is to bring oppression, to keep us more in slavery. Okay, so the Lord said, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.